Palantir stock moved lower by roughly 3% during Friday's trading session. The modest pullback appears to reflect investors taking profits after a powerful run higher in recent weeks. During that rally, shares climbed sharply as market participants increasingly embraced the idea that intensifying geopolitical tensions around the world could spark a stronger demand for defense-focused artificial intelligence and sophisticated data analytics platforms. Palantir has spent years positioning itself precisely in that space, building deep relationships with government institutions and military agencies that rely on advanced software to interpret vast quantities of data and support strategic decisions. As investors have come to appreciate that positioning, enthusiasm around the company's long-term prospects has grown. Palantir's software platforms are designed to help organizations interpret enormous streams of information, connect data sources that traditionally remain isolated, and convert that information into actionable insight. In an era where global conflicts, cyber threats, and complex supply chains generate massive volumes of information every second, the ability to transform raw data into clear operational intelligence has become an increasingly valuable capability. That strategic positioning is also reflected in Palantir's financial results. The company has delivered a series of impressive earnings reports that demonstrate expanding adoption of its technology across both government and commercial sectors. Revenue growth, improving profitability, and growing demand for artificial intelligence-powered solutions have all contributed to the company's momentum. After conducting discussions with members of the company's leadership team, Truist analyst Arvind Ramnani reached the conclusion that Palantir's success is built upon two fundamental advantages that differentiate the company from many of its competitors in the artificial intelligence and enterprise software landscape. According to Ramnani, these advantages are deeply embedded in the structure of the company's technology and in the way its software is deployed within client organizations. To begin with, one of the most powerful components of Palantir's technology stack is the Ontology framework that sits at the center of its platforms. The concept of ontology within the Palantir ecosystem focuses on data contextualization, which means organizing complex information in a way that mirrors real-world relationships and operational structures. Over time, this ontology layer has evolved into a core competitive strength that distinguishes Palantir's software architecture from more conventional data systems. Traditional systems of action often operate with only a limited portion of the information necessary for complex decision-making. In many organizations, data exists in isolated silos spread across numerous departments, databases, and software platforms. As a result, decision-makers frequently rely on incomplete or fragmented information when evaluating strategic choices. Palantir approaches this challenge differently. Its platforms are designed to connect dozens of independent data feeds, integrate them into a unified structure, and interpret those data streams within the broader context of real-world operations. Through the Ontology framework, relationships between people, systems, assets, and events are mapped and continuously updated. This architecture allows the software to process information in real time, creating a dynamic operational picture that reflects what is actually happening across an organization at any given moment. Instead of making decisions based on partial snapshots of data, users gain access to a comprehensive and continuously updated view of their operational environment. In practical terms, that capability can be enormously valuable. Military planners can evaluate battlefield conditions with greater clarity. Supply chain managers can monitor disruptions across global logistics networks. Healthcare organizations can analyze patient information more effectively. Financial institutions can detect patterns of risk and fraud with improved accuracy. Across each of these environments, the ability to connect fragmented data sources and generate a coherent operational picture provides a powerful decision-making advantage. Ramnani described this capability by explaining that Palantir's platforms effectively function as an operating system and orchestration layer for large enterprises. In this role, the software becomes a foundational decision-making infrastructure that organizations rely on to coordinate complex activities across multiple departments and information systems. However, technology architecture alone does not fully explain Palantir's competitive position. The second major advantage highlighted by Ramnani involves the company's distinctive deployment strategy built around forward-deployed engineers. Forward-deployed engineers represent a unique category of software engineers within Palantir's workforce. Instead of working exclusively from centralized development offices, these engineers collaborate directly with customers inside their operational environments. They spend time embedded within government agencies, defense organizations, and commercial enterprises, learning firsthand how those organizations operate. Through this process, forward-deployed engineers develop a deep understanding of the real-world challenges faced by clients. They observe how decisions are made, how information flows through different systems, and where operational bottlenecks occur. Once these challenges are identified, the engineers design customized software solutions that address those specific needs. Earlier in the company's history, this approach generated skepticism among some observers. Critics questioned whether embedding engineers directly within customer organizations could scale efficiently as the business expanded. However, over time, the strategy has proven to be one of Palantir's most powerful differentiators. By placing engineers close to the problems they are trying to solve, Palantir has been able to build software tools that directly address operational realities rather than abstract theoretical requirements. These solutions are not simply generic software products. Instead, they are deeply integrated systems that align with the specific workflows, data structures, and operational goals of each client. According to Ramnani, this deployment model ultimately unlocked substantial value for Palantir because it enabled the company to create highly practical technology that solves meaningful problems for customers. In many cases, these tailored solutions evolve into long-term partnerships as clients continue expanding their use of Palantir's platforms. Interestingly, the influence of this model has spread beyond Palantir itself. Several major artificial intelligence companies have begun adopting similar strategies in which engineers work closely with customers to understand real-world applications of their technology. Organizations such as OpenAI and Anthropic have increasingly incorporated deployment-focused engineering teams to help integrate artificial intelligence tools into complex business environments. Despite the strength of this model, scaling it has presented challenges. One of the persistent obstacles for Palantir has been recruiting a sufficient number of highly skilled engineers who possess both technical expertise and the ability to work directly with clients in demanding operational settings. The demand for these professionals remains extremely strong, particularly as interest in artificial intelligence technologies continues expanding across industries. To address this challenge, Palantir has begun integrating artificial intelligence into its own internal workflows. Management has indicated that artificial intelligence tools are now being used to automate certain repetitive tasks within the development and deployment process. By automating portions of the workflow, forward-deployed engineers are able to dedicate more of their time to high-value problem-solving and strategic software design rather than routine implementation tasks. This shift represents an interesting feedback loop within the artificial intelligence industry. Palantir builds artificial intelligence-powered platforms for clients, and those same artificial intelligence technologies are now helping Palantir accelerate its own software development and deployment capabilities. At the same time, the company has expanded its network of strategic partners to further strengthen its ability to deliver solutions at scale. Palantir has deepened its collaborations with major consulting and technology services firms, including Accenture, Deloitte, and Cognizant. These partnerships play an important role in what the company describes as its implementation engine. Consulting organizations often maintain extensive relationships with large enterprises and government agencies, and they possess deep expertise in deploying complex technology systems. By working alongside these partners, Palantir can accelerate the adoption of its platforms across a broader range of industries and geographic regions. Through this combination of advanced software architecture, embedded engineering teams, and strategic partnerships, Palantir has constructed a business model designed to tackle some of the most complex data challenges faced by modern organizations. According to Ramnani, these elements work together to give Palantir an unusually deep understanding of customer problems. Instead of simply selling software licenses, the company develops long-term operational partnerships with clients, helping them build integrated systems capable of connecting fragmented data sources and generating actionable insights in real time. For organizations operating in complex environments such as defense, energy, logistics, healthcare, and finance, the value of these capabilities can be substantial. Decisions in these sectors often depend on the ability to interpret vast quantities of rapidly changing information, and platforms that improve decision speed and accuracy can create significant operational advantages. When considering the investment outlook, Ramnani maintains a bullish stance on Palantir's prospects. The analyst assigns a buy rating to Palantir shares along with a price target of $223. From an investor's perspective, that price target suggests potential upside of roughly 49% compared with current trading levels. While short-term fluctuations may occur as investors take profits or respond to broader market conditions, the longer-term thesis centers on the continued expansion of artificial intelligence-driven software platforms and the increasing importance of data integration across complex organizations. Ramnani's optimism is not isolated within the analyst community. 13 additional analysts currently hold positive views on the stock, placing them in the bullish category. Meanwhile, 4 analysts maintain hold ratings indicating a more neutral stance, and 2 analysts recommend selling the shares. When these views are combined, the overall analyst consensus results in a moderate buy rating for Palantir. Looking at the broader outlook, the average analyst price target stands at $191.76. Based on that figure, the market currently anticipates potential 12-month returns of approximately 28%. While the exact trajectory of any individual stock remains uncertain, the broader story surrounding Palantir centers on the rapid evolution of artificial intelligence, the growing importance of data-driven decision-making, and the expanding role of advanced software platforms within both government and commercial organizations. As geopolitical tensions, technological competition, and global data flows continue intensifying, companies capable of transforming massive volumes of information into actionable intelligence may occupy an increasingly important position within the digital economy. For more stock news updates, remember to press the like button and subscribe. With that being said, I will see you in the next video.